we're kind of looking at the neighbor's house over here, and that's what the overall appearance is going to be of this roof system and of that exposed valley. In another video, I'll show you what a closed valley system looks like. The shingles are too thick to actually use the closed valley system, and it's of our opinion that a metal valley is a better valley system than a closed valley system. Here's still some of the old roof systems still down. Again, we try to tear off as minimal as possible until we can get drying material, i.e. felt paper and shingles back down. Just about 20 minutes ago, there was some pretty threatening rain coming our direction. It seems to have passed like it does in Colorado. We do not want to open up this whole roof in one shot. We want to open it up in pieces and cover it back up in those same pieces. Here's the two new skylights that we're installing. You saw one of the old ones on the ground. Let me show you a little something about the assembly. This is a Velux brand skylight. We use them all the time. What's really neat about them is they come with an entire flashing kit to make this thing watertight. There's the Velux right there. That's the EDL. Something else worth pointing out. Ice and water shield in the valley. The fasteners holding down the ice and water shield on top of it being self-adhering are as far away from the valley as we can allow. Same with the valley metal itself. We do not want to penetrate the V of the valley. Penetrations and valleys are where most of your leaks occur if they're going to occur in a roof system. So you keep all fasteners at and around a valley as far away from the valley as you can. Later, when we come to put the shingles in, we will chalk a line 2 inches from this side of the W, 2 inches from this side of the W, and all the nails will stay up high in this valley. I know how many of y'all like to read instructions, but the instructions for the installation of all of these shingles are actually printed on the actual label of the bundle. One detail we want to point out that we find very important is the fact that you cut all shingles back away from the valley metal a minimum of 3 inches. What we did here was chalk a line 3 inches from the center of the valley, which is this W right here. The valley itself, the valley metal itself, you'll see is fastened as far away from that chalk line as possible. And then there's ice and water shield also fastened as far away from that center line as possible. We don't want any penetrations within this 3 inch or this 6 inch barrier at the center of the valley. Another detail that we like to do around any penetrations that have fasteners through them, mechanical fasteners, i.e. nails through them, we put a piece of ice and water shield over the top of them, covering up all those exposed nails before we put the shingles on top. I'd also like to point this out. This roof's steep. It's also 95 degrees in July in Colorado right now. Walking on these shingles too much could scuff them up, though we know how to walk on them and we're pretty careful when we walk on them. A better thing to do is to lay down some foam to actually get your footing, get your knees on so you're not scuffing up the shingles. What we're doing over there is opening up more ventilation on the roof. We're adding 5 total vents to the roof. We did a calculation based on the square footage of the attic and determined that the roof was not properly ventilated. And that's what we're doing, opening up more ventilation at the ridge. And we're also going to open up more ventilation at the soffit